Everybody know who it is, man. So, the reason she won't submit to you, right? Everything that I'm gonna talk about right here relates to this. So, the topics that I bring up, they're just gonna, it's kind of like forgot the word for it, but it's like a tree diagram of things. You know what I'm saying? You got to do this to get this. You see what I'm saying? Because again, I'm not the dude to watch if you're just wanting to put a band-aid over the internal problems and you just don't want to work hard. Then you go ahead and leave, because this isn't the type of video that I just give you like a trick or like a gimmick to fix a quick problem. This isn't a quick fix thing. You know what I'm saying? My channel right here is about creating all around men. You know what I'm saying? I give you the tools. You become an all around man. You do what you want with these women. You know what I'm saying? I could care less. You can have 1 million, or you can have 1, you can have 4, whatever, man. I don't care. But I'm just giving you the tools to do whatever you want to do. All right, so let's get into it. The reason she won't submit to you is because you're not the all around dude. You see what I'm saying? You have to have all of the attributes if you want to be that dude in her eyes. Let me tell you something, fellas. Every single girl has that one guy that she thinks about every day in the back of her mind. The guy that pretty much imprinted her. The guy that made the most influence on her life. She has that, right? If you're young and you're messing with younger girls, she might not have it yet, right? She might not have it yet, but the girls that are like 21, they already have it, man. I'm gonna just be honest with you. I'm gonna be honest, because most of these girls, they start doing their dirt. I've seen them I've heard from like 15 or maybe 14 and up, right? But anyway, if you're not that dude, then you need to become that dude. Let me ask you a question, guys. Isn't it weird how all the guys, right, that preach this type of thing, they have their own car, they have their own steady income, they're confident, they have the seduction factor, they have the charisma. Isn't it weird that we all have that? Because you have to become pretty much one of us to attract a girl. The disconnect I see from a lot of young men nowadays, especially nowadays, and I used to be this guy, right? That's why I can identify with it, is I was brought up by my mom. My dad, he left whenever I was young. Me and my dad have a good relationship now, but it took time for that, right? I'm an adult, you know, like I wasn't just gonna be mad at my dad for the rest of my life, especially if I have him, especially if I can go drive to him and see him. It's like, dude, that's my father, and you know, it is what it is. You had to do your thing, whatever. Anyway, I was brought up with my mom, so I spent most of my time living with her, my teenage years. So whenever I had a girlfriend, right, at 14, 15, 16 years old, I learned very early that my mom and my girlfriend are two different relationships. You have to separate them. You can't treat your girl the way you treat your mom. You can't treat your girl like a homie. You can't be like, hey, no, man, because that's when problems arise. Straight up. The minute you start treating your girl like she's like your homie, your friend, like you got that homie friend vibe, the respect is out the window. That's one of the reasons why she can't submit to you, right? Because think about this, man. Whenever you go to your homie's house, like your actual friend, right? Like your boy, you're about to watch the game, whatever. You get home, you kick it, you're like, what's up, bro? You know what I'm saying? You're chilling, you're eating or whatever. That's a homie vibe. right? Your girl expects to be led, right? A woman wants to be led straight up, right? If you don't like something about her, you gotta tell her. You can't be afraid to tell her. You have to tell her. If she is calling you a certain name, if she is doing something, if she just whatever, right? Oh, I don't honestly, like, I don't really like the way you look in that dress. You should put this one on. You can't be afraid to say things like that. You see what I'm saying? Because women are meant to please us. Straight up. The reason that is because if you look at the whole spectrum of relationships, women handle when sex happens. They control the access to her body, which is what we want, right? Whoever's saying no is a liar, straight up. You go out to the gym and you see a fine girl, man, and you're like, damn, bro, the things I would do to that girl. The first thing that pops in your head. You don't think, man, I want to make her my girlfriend. You don't think that, bro. Just be straight up. That's why I say that you have to think, if you're going to be spending some time with these women, you have to lead her, number one. And by default, you leading her, she's going to become the girl that you want. Straight up. She's going to learn what not to do and what to do. That's why I say, no matter what, if you are, if you're doing your thing, running through these girls, whatever, and or you want to get a relationship, either way, you have to use both of these tactics, man. Because either way, you have to spend time with her. You're not gonna spend no time with anybody you don't want to be around. Straight up, right? Going back to the thing, women want to be led. You have to show her how to be around with you. You have to show her, I don't really like that right there, or I like that right there. You gotta reward her for the good things that she does, so she keeps doing it. You can't just expect her to just come into your life, right? She looking all good, and you're just happy because you have her. But then whenever you're not in the bedroom, you go out, you're having dinner, and you're like, man, I can't stand this girl, man. She's annoying. You have to lead her, man. You have to show her. And that's going back to the whole imprint thing. That's the reason why she has an imprint. Because she messed around with the dude back in her maybe 16, 15 years old, and that dude actually made a mark on her, man. More often than not, it was probably the dude that was just naturally alpha dude, right? He didn't take no BS from anybody, right? And she probably lost her virginity to him, straight up, right? But again, we were young, you know what I'm saying? We're at the time we were young, we didn't know everything we know now. So that's what I'm saying, is that some of us naturally, when we're young, we just know we have it because we're like, oh yeah, talk to this girl, right? Some guys didn't. Some guys didn't grow up that way, man. Some guys grew up backpack on, just going through school and like just doing what they had to do. No women interaction whatsoever. Those guys might be the guys that are, wanting to learn about all this, right? So what I'm saying is that you need to first become the all-around dude. You need to become a guy that has his life in order. What does that mean? Place, stable income, car, clothes, physique. Straight up. That's what it comes down to, right? That's number one. That's the superficial part. The mental aspect of it is the confidence, the charisma, the seduction, the assertiveness, the leadership skills. Look, man, being beta is not a natural thing. It's a learned behavior. Straight up. It is a learned behavior because when you come out of the womb, you're not coming out of the womb simping. It's something you learn. Straight up. I've simped before. I'm not even gonna lie. And I looked around to see, why am I simping? I had friends around me that were acting the same way. So it's a learned behavior. It's a learned trait. And the worst part about it, man, is that I'm glad I caught myself. I'll make a video on this too. I'm glad I caught myself because I was like, look, man, I got everything in order. I've never been in this position before where a girl was pulling back from me. What the hell's going on? I knew what I was doing. I was acting like a little, you know what? But anyway, man, that's today's video, man. Just become all around. All right, become that dude. All right. So whenever, from now going forward, whenever I refer to that dude, you know what I'm talking about. See you in the next one.